Hi, I'm Teresa Jackson, and welcome back to the Daily's Double Shot. This is our first episode of the quarter, so I'd like to say welcome back. Secondly, we pride ourselves in taking student life from a student perspective, and in this episode, we continue to do so by grabbing stories from all around campus. Let's jump right into things. First, we head down to the IMA to take a look at the men and women who make up the UW boxing team. Then we catch up with Megan Herndon at the D Center's first-year anniversary. In this week's Film Focus, John Stolarczuk reviews Wes Anderson's whimsical film, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Then we take a look into a little organization making a big splash in this year's Micronesia Night. Next, we check out an app that may revolutionize the college dating environment. And a month before the finale of a 3-year competition, we check into UW's Eagle Car team. All this and more coming up on the Daily's Double Shot.
Ooh, what is that? Chinese.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. Okay.
Hi, I'm Alex Bosco. This week I got to hang out and film with the UW boxing team to highlight their past achievements and future ambitions. Check it out.
Remind people that we just won a national championship with a facility like this in a mat room that we only get 3 days a week for 2 hours. We don't have any heavy bags, we don't have any speed bags, and we've got no other support. We fundraise on our own, we have limited facilities, limited time, but we're doing it because they're dedicated, they're disciplined, and they've got the processes there for them to do it. Yeah, Christopher Mendez. I am the boxing coach at the University of Washington.
Charles McLean. Yeah, I'm one of the coaches here at the University of Washington boxing team.
So this is a volunteer head coach gig. Love it, and I have a passion for coaching and teaching, and I believe in leadership, and that's what this program is all about developing leaders of character. That's what this is about. This is about developing boxers with leaders that are leaders of character. The boxing is a byproduct. It really is. If you think about the schedules that they have, whether they belong to a fraternity or a sorority, they work at their jobs, they're trying to maintain the 3.4 GPA average that we have. And they've got boyfriends and girlfriends, and of course their school requirement. That's tough to manage. And that requires discipline, time management. There's a lot of things that go into that they require, that I require them, and that they require just being a part of the program. And they're doing it, and they're delivering it, and they're doing well. They're scholar athletes, and that's what we have in this team. Scholar athletes that are leaders of character, that will represent all of us as UW grads very well.
My name is Kelly Bayern.
Richard Van Sicklen.
So my name's Taylor Williams.
I've been boxing for about 4 years. This is my senior year on the team. I've gone up in ranks, so now I'm captain this year, which is a big reward for me.
When I first started, I didn't know really what to expect. I like to win, and so my coach, before I even had my first fight, was like, "Hey, I can see you going to nationals this year and make some noise." I'm like, "I haven't had a fight yet. Hang on,
I heard about tryouts from one of the previous teammates. I just came out for the team, and then here I am.
The first time I ever sparred, this was at the freshman year. Our coach pulled us up, and we were just hitting each other, and I got popped with a pretty hard left hook. And at that point, at that moment in time, I was like, all right, it's not for me. I'm quitting.
Beginning of junior year, with the fight at the Washington Athletic Club, after I threw that punch, I felt like something just tore. I just could feel it.
because you're going in that ring. If you lose, everybody sees that you lost.
And so the whole fight, I had my hand just down, and I was trying to just finish the fight with one hand.
You got all this adrenaline going in you. I think about my family, my mother,
Thought about it the whole night, and then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna quit. But I was still pretty apathetic the entire time. I was like, I don't know if it's for me, but I'm not gonna quit.
So I went to the doctor, and they told me that I had torn my labrum, and that it was also fractured. So Yeah.
I don't know what did it. I came back the next year.
I was in a sling for a while, got surgery, came back, and here I am.
You know, I just kind of was on a roll, and I ended up going to win the Western Regional Championship the first year, you know, with limited experience, and that was pretty cool. And I went to nationals.
Yes, this year was my first time competing in nationals. This year was a time where we sent 5 women and, let's see, 8 or 9 guys. So we sent a lot of people this year, and it was really great. It was over in New York at West Point Academy. I'm a bronze medalist, so I got 3rd, but we have 3 women who are national champs.
Definitely winning the national championship is the most cherished moment. I feel like all the work that I put in, like, it's finally paying off, so it's the moment I cherish most.
This year, I didn't lose a fight until I went to nationals. So overall, I've had a lot of wins and very few losses, and this year I'm All-American again, and I won the Western Regional Championship, so it's pretty cool.
The thing I like most about boxing is, I think, our team culture and our community that we've built. These people I've been boxing with, they're my family. They're like my second home.
You know, when I get in the ring, I'm not just by myself. I have my whole team in there. I have my coaches. When I win, everybody wins, and that's how it works here.
I think I've accomplished a lot thus far, but it's only the beginning. Honestly, I'm blessed to say that a national championship is only the start for me. So I'm hoping to have a couple more of these.
I don't know, boxing is my escape. You know, when I'm just going through chaos and all these things are coming at me, you know, you just kind of roll with the punches and you move forward. And so my biggest motivation is just winning, and you know, and that's it. Just being the best that I can be every day. So.
We try and make sure that we all work together, and it's developed a real sort of sense of family that we all, you know, are very proud of, you know, with our team. And that's what makes me more proud than just, you know, being able to kick somebody's butt. You know, it's beyond that. It's actually developing, you know, better people, and we're doing that here.
Hi, my name is Megan, and for my segment this week, I got to attend the D Center, which is the Deafness and Disability Center, their first year anniversary, and what that was a celebration of the center with a number of different speakers coming in and talking about disabilities and deafness, as well as their big celebration party of their center, so check it out.
So the D Center is a disability deaf cultural center on campus, and so we're pretty much here to have people learn more about like how to be part of the community, the deaf and disability community, as well as learning more about like self-advocacy, have different resources that can help them when it comes to being part of the community.
So we hold space for people to create community centered around disability and deaf issues, acknowledging our interdependence and combating the oppressive impacts of ableism.
Yeah, so we have different events every quarter. So we have some events that focus on like disability justice, and we have some events that are like welcome events for people to come to learn more about the D Center, as well as having game night, as well as having like different meetings. Different organizations come here as well. So today is our first annual D Center event where the D Center was first open. It was open last year in April. And so we're just having it here to like celebrate the formation of the D Center, the creation of the D Center, and to have people come together and like see where we've come from. So we had Aurora Morales, who is a Puerto Rican Jewish woman who focuses on different intersectionalities. So she's a writer, she's a poet, she's an author, and she came on Tuesday to talk about her new book, Kindling, Writings on the Body. We also had on Wednesday a man named Roger Poulin, who is a deaf-blind man who was the first to hike through the Appalachian Trail. He came to tell his story about how he did that, his experiences through that. We wanted to have a diverse group of speakers that could come in and talk about their identities. We wanted to make sure that we try to touch base on like different types of identities and that would pertain to people that come to the D Center, as well as just the UW campus in general.
Hi there, I'm John Stolarczuk. This week on Film Focus, we took a look at noted director and friend of the program, Wes Anderson's newest film, Grand Budapest Hotel, and where it fits in the strata of his other movies. Take a look. Hi there, and welcome to Film Focus. I'm John Stolarczuk. Today we're talking about the Grand Budapest Hotel. the latest effort from director Wes Anderson, who's also known for works such as The Royal Tenenbaums, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Moonrise Kingdom. Anderson, whose symmetrical shots and limited color palette has earned him a reputation for being too twee and a dollhouse filmmaker, has in this instance succeeded in creating a film consistent with his distinct visual style while also managing to appeal to a broad audience. Grand Budapest Hotel follows the adventures of M. Gustav H., a concierge at the legendary Grand Budapest Hotel, as he grooms Zero, the new lobby boy, before he's framed for the murder of one of his many elderly lovers. Bequeathed to him is a priceless painting that his lover's murderous son will stop at nothing to reclaim. It's perhaps his broadest, bloodiest, and most action-packed film yet. Now, Anderson always attracts an incredible cast, and Grand Budapest Hotel is no exception, with a long list of Hollywood stars appearing in supporting roles, including but not limited to F. Murray Abraham, Adrian Brody, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Jude Law, Bill Murray, Ed Norton, Jason Schwartzman, Tilda Swinton, and Owen Wilson. The film is immaculately acted, but none as much as Ralph Fiennes. His Monsieur Gustav H., concierge at the legendary Grand Budapest Hotel, is played with a charming romanticism. As the world and events around him change, he becomes disillusioned, and it's in these passages Fiennes really shines, as his old and new realities combine. On a thematic note, many of Anderson's films deal with the concept of family. The Royal Tenenbaums is about a family trying to put the pieces back many years together post-divorce. The Darjeeling Limited stars Adrian Brody, Owen Wilson, and Jason Schwartzman as brothers, reuniting for the first time after the father's death. And Fantastic Mr. Fox deals with the relationship between father and son. Grand Budapest continues a theme seen in Moonrise Kingdom, that of the surrogate family. In Moonrise, orphan Sam Shakusky has several surrogate families. First his foster family, then his scout troop, before finally Bruce Willis's Officer Sharp adopts him. In Grand Budapest Hotel, Tony Revolori's Zero, whose entire family is deceased, develops a bond with Gustav H. so tight that it borders on unhealthy.
Take your hands off my lobby boy!
In action scenes in both Moonrise Kingdom and Grand Budapest Hotel, the influence of Fantastic Mr. Fox and Wes Anderson's experience with stop-motion animation is palpable. Played for laughs rather than realism, a chase scene between Willem Dafoe's Joplin, Gustav H. and Zero takes place in part using overhead shots on a puppetscape. A similar sequence exists in Moonrise Kingdom during a lightning storm. Whether these are a function of moderate budgets or stylistic detail, the director's experience with stop motion has clearly influenced his later projects. All in all, Anderson has managed to find a good middle ground between a stylized, auteur-driven filmmaking and broad appeal. And viewers have responded, shelling out a cool $100 million at the box office, making this easily Anderson's most profitable film yet. I'll give this film 3.5 Bill Murrays out of 4. Thanks for watching another episode of Film Focus. See you at the movies.
Hey, I'm Rio Barber, and last weekend I dove into the many cultures of the Micronesian islands, including their food and their traditional chants, at UW's annual Micronesia Night at the Hub. Now, this organization may be small, but they made a huge impact here on campus. I even got the inside scoop on their significance from their newest instructor, Dakota Komatsu. Check out what makes this culture so unique. I hope you enjoy it.
We can tell the islands all the way from Guam to Palau to Saipan to the Yappies, all those islands.
The UW Micronesian Islands Club held their annual Micronesian Night last Saturday in the Hub. Not only was it filled with interactive games, mock beauty pageants, traditional imported accessories, and homemade foods, the student-run event shared knowledge and celebrated the diverse cultures that make up Micronesia.
Generally, when people hear the word Micronesian, they don't normally know what that means. And for them, they kind of just say, oh, so your islands are just really small. But, you know, for us, it's so much more than that.
There's everybody that think Pacific Islander, they think it's just a lua like the Hawaiian culture, or like every Like when I describe how the Pacific is to other people, it's like it's its own Africa. People think Africa is just Africa because everybody's Africans, but different cultures. It makes up different islands of different culture makes up the whole Pacific.
Learning the different chants for each island took lots of rigorous practice beginning winter quarter. As a twist from previous Micronesian nights, the organization welcomed a new instructor, Dakota Komatsu, who taught traditional chants learned from Guam.
We have a big variation of chants. We have, some chants that we would use for a blessing, for, kind of an opening ceremony, and also to give thanks to the Creator. We have chants celebrating our maternal lineage. That chant is called Nanananahu. It's one of my favorites. It just calls our female relatives of our clan to come and be with us as we sing.
In the Carolinian, will follow us culture. It's called a marmar. And this year we selected, or our leaders selected, to use black and yellow, which represents the darkness and the light, so like yin yang. So the darkness is discovering arcana, which is who you are spiritually inside you, and the yellow symbolizes the light that you find.
Ininalati, which is it's a loud chant. Like I said, it's designed to get our people excited and to remember our legacy. The lati is the structures that we would build our houses on top of. And Ininalati is kind of a reminder of the lati houses, that no matter what calamity has befallen us, no matter what catastrophes have come to our islands, that we endure just like the lati stone. That no matter what comes to us, we still stay strong.
It's very empowering to me to know that my culture is being celebrated and that my voice is being heard on such a huge campus. And it's just a really great feeling to come together, not only as an organization, but as a community, and I just think it's a really beautiful thing.
What we try to do is connect the tides and then expand everybody's shore to understand the knowledge that every island that make up Micronesia is important in its own way, but we're still all together as one.
Hi, I'm Colin Farley. This week, I took a look at the relatively new dating app Tinder. Now, after much heartbreak and rejection, I formed my own opinion on it, and here it is. Here at the Daily and UW, things can get quite hectic, and the worst thing often accompanying that stress can be loneliness. Luckily, however, the tech age has bore us sweet fruit, if you will, especially those with a fear of the first step towards interaction with a possible love interest. In particular, I'm talking about an app known as Tinder. Now, using just your location, sexual and age preferences, it can put together a sort of gallery of faces from which you can choose to like or nope, as it were. A nope means you will never come across that person again, at least in the app sphere. And a like means you could possibly match with that person. This means you've based a match off of photos, mutual friends, and likes, which opens it up to the question, are we propagating some sort of shallow, superficial culture, or are we opening ourselves up to a new, efficient, streamlined dating technology? In order to better understand Tinder, I got myself a profile in the hopes that somebody with whom I'd match would be willing to talk to me about their own Tinder experiences, stories, opinions. However, this was not as easy as I'd hoped. This made me wonder, with so many people using Tinder, and so many of them, from what I've heard, having found partners or created relationships from it, where is the shame that's associated with Tinder? Where's the stigma arising? Surely this notion must come from the superficial nature of the app. But if you find yourself in a bar or on the street or at yoga or a cafe, I mean, the original reason why you would approach someone comes from your first original visual perception of them. And with Tinder, this visual perception is coupled with a couple photos, a few mutual friends perhaps, what they like, a small bio. So if anything, the perception is deeper than what you would have gained from just seeing them out and about. So perhaps Tinder does revolutionize our relationships with other people in some sense, but one major thing, one major downfall I see it having is that it removes the accountability. It removes the courage that it requires to go and approach somebody. It takes away any kind of necessity to cross a threshold or leave a comfort zone in order to feel like you've achieved something and you're talking to someone and you're meeting somebody new. And is that bad for us? I mean, perhaps. Is it going to make us lazier and lazier? Who knows? We already have dating sites that match people very specifically, that create the perfect match, but is it bad that we essentially don't need to try so hard anymore? I mean, I can't predict the future and I can't predict whether this is really going to be harmful for us, but I would hope that at the very least we all stay aware of what it is we're buying into and we still try to maintain some kind of control over that aspect of our lives as opposed to just leaving it up to an app. Unless the app knows better than us, which could very well be likely.
Hey, I'm Simon Fox, and for this week's episode, I took a look beneath the hood of the UW Eco Car. We even got to go for a ride as the team taught me about what makes a hybrid tick. Though it sounds like a lawnmower with asthma, the UW Eco Car and the team behind it might just be the next step in the automotive industry.
EcoCar is all about creating the most fuel-efficient, environmentally friendly vehicle we can create without sacrificing consumer acceptability or performance. Hybrid cars aren't that new anymore. They're in production. The technology's there, like the groundwork's already been laid. So I think it's like a really good starting point for like emerging engineers and students like us. A lot of people who have worked on projects like this in the past go on to work for GM and other automotive companies. I guess we're in training, sort of.
Tesla came to our lab to tour it, and they said it was very similar to what they do, or what they did in their earlier days especially. You're definitely doing things here that are very similar to what you'd be doing at a startup. It's much more hands-on.
So yeah, just actually do the engineering legwork to make sure that... Take a look online and see what you're actually drawing.
The car's been up and running for the better part of this year, and we're in the process of refinement. We're currently upwards of around 96 miles per gallon.
I think it can get up to about 75 is like the fastest we've driven it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it can get faster. I wouldn't really want to be the body in it.
We were not looking to break any speed records, but after a good deal of maneuvering, we got the car, a 2013 Chevy Malibu, out onto the open road.
I mean, we've been great drivers. The system has been a little unforgiving at times, and we've had to kind of deal with that.
Turn on charge sustaining.
Okay.
Try it now.
Seems happy. We put thousands of man hours into this car just to get it to creep under its own power. Now getting into behind the wheel to drive it is absolutely sensational. The way it's set up right now is that the electric motor is gonna take us from a standstill up to 20 or so miles an hour. And then we slowly start bringing in the diesel.
So what you do is you have a electric start, and that kind of gets you up to speed, and then the engine will take over from the electric motor in hybrids. What I'm doing is I'm monitoring the vehicle, checking, making sure the battery pack's behaving properly, making sure that the transmission's not acting up. Right now, not a whole lot because it's behaving like it should be, but there has been cases where I've had to go into the code and force it to do certain things when it doesn't want to.
Okay, so do you just take me out of hill assist or charge sustaining?
No, we're still in hybrid. Interesting. Okay, turn off hybrid and see if it works now.
Our engine control module
has the ability to learn better like air fuel mapping, torque requests, and so as we roll down the road, drive quality improves.
Looking beyond the finale of a 3-year competition looming at the end of May, team members hope that the hands-on experience gained at EcoCar will land them in the middle of an evolving industry.
Well, that's all the stories we have for you tonight, and make sure you tune in 2 weeks for our next episode. Until then, you can check us out at dailyuw.com/doubleshot or on our YouTube channel, The Daily UW. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Daily's Double Shot.